All right. So here's what I've got. Had a handful of great listing appointments. I thought they've all gone really well. I got one. I got this guy. He's absolutely sold on us. That's not really the hurdle. We've won the customer. Here's what his situation is. He's got a property, and he's considering bankruptcy. And it's less than 6 digits that he's bankrupting. But he's wanting to have his exit strategy in place, which would be, okay, am I going to be able to not hide? Am I going to be able to put some money into another property and still be able to do the bankruptcy? I guess to be more specific, he's got so much that he could put into another property. He knows that. But my feelings is it's just so little that he's BKing. I'm like, I don't know if I want to get into talking him out of the bankruptcy, but I think, I just kind of had an aha moment this morning is let's, it's only $75,000. Let's sell the home. You could lose that in equity. Who knows what the market's doing, right? So anyway,
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would probably approach that from right now is the best time to maximize your profit scenario. So here's the thing. I understand that you're filing bankruptcy. It sounds to me like you definitely want to try to get out of this debt. You know what? Here's a better idea. Right now, I know that I can get whatever price it is we're going to get for your home. Right. But I also know that if you saw the news this morning, you understand the interest rates right now have reached the highest point in a generation. We have the highest interest rates in a generation, and they're continuing to grow. The Fed just announced they're going to raise rates again this morning. Okay. So the question now becomes, what are you going to do if you file bankruptcy and you wind up actually not even having any equity left in your house by the time the prices continue down next year? So let's get together and maximize the profit you can get right now. You could pay that debt off. You wouldn't have to file bankruptcy. You'd be able to keep your credit and put money in the bank. Now, how does that sound? Let's get together and talk about it.
Yeah, agreed. And because I think really if we've already helped them find a realtor in Texas that could get him a good, a cash flowing property or a break even at least. And so if we could show him, hey, let's not lose it all, because it comes down to, if you wait, you're not going to have any money to I call it hiding, but he's not hiding it. He's worried about, having to lose that through this bankruptcy, but at least he will be able to net the most and, be able to reinvest it into something else. And, of course, you could probably pay off a car and,
do whatever else. Yeah. The other problem is, I don't think he fully understands that even though they claim that you'll be able to buy a house in 2 years after bankruptcy, that's not necessarily the case. When they look at what happens is after the 2 years has gone off your credit, they actually look at your income. They look at if you have established any credit with any credit cards or anything else first. There's a lot of factors that go into being able to buy a home after the 2-year waiting period is up after you file bankruptcy. So you can say, look, you're really putting a giant crapshoot whether you're even going to be able to own a home in the next 3 to 4 years if you file bankruptcy. If we sell this house right now today, you could pay off your debt and still be able to go to Texas and buy another home tomorrow. You're not destroying your credit. You have an option to purchase a home right now. Okay, that would probably be the avenue that I would go with him, but don't try to do it over the phone. Get together with him. Look, here's the deal. I've been in this industry. How long have you been working in this industry, Greg?
Coming up on 20 years.
Yeah. So I would tell him, you know what? I've been in this industry for 20 years and I have a lot of different options that we can talk about. So let's get together. We'll just chat about it. I'm going to fill you in on some of the options you may not be aware of, some opportunities for you, perhaps that would actually help you in this current situation. I have time on my schedule tomorrow at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. What works better tomorrow, 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock, right? Try to get him to go ahead and get face to face with you so you can sit down and see his eyes and talk to him. Because as salespeople, one of the biggest advantages we have is when we're standing in front of somebody.